All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Lalema Aneja Dang, and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. India objects to WHO's methodology to calculate COVID-19 death toll. Government launches teleconsultation facility e-Sanjeevani at 1 lakh Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centres across the country. Prime Minister to be on a 3-day visit to Gujarat beginning tomorrow. Alliance Air starts direct flight service between Mumbai and Keshore in Gujarat under Udan Regional Connectivity Scheme. Prime Minister of Mauritius Pravind Kumar Jugnauth to arrive in India today on an 8-day visit. Easter being celebrated across the globe today. Indian swimmers Sajan Prakash wins gold and Vedant Madhavan silver medal at Danish Open swimming meet in Copenhagen. And in IPL cricket, Royal Challengers Bangalore beat Delhi Capitals by 16 runs in Mumbai. India has objected to the World Health Organization (WHO) methodology for calculating COVID-19 death toll. In response to an article titled "India is stalling the WHO's efforts to make global COVID death toll public," published by US Daily, the Union Health Ministry said New Delhi has been in regular and in-depth technical exchange with the WHO on the issue of collecting and making public the COVID-19 death toll in the country. It said the analysis, while using mortality figures directly obtained from Tier 1 set of countries, uses a mathematical modelling process for Tier 2 countries, which includes India. The ministry added that India's basic objection has not been with the result, but rather the methodology adopted for the same. It also said India has shared its concerns with the methodology along with other member states through a series of formal communications, including 6 letters issued to the WHO. During these exchanges, specific queries have been raised by India along with other member states regarding the methodology and use of unofficial sets of data. The ministry elaborated that the concern specifically includes on how the statistical model projects estimates for a country of geographical size and population of India and also fits in with other countries which have smaller population. Such one-size-fits-all approach and models which are true for smaller countries like Tunisia may not be applicable to India with a population of 1.3 billion. WHO is yet to share the confidence interval for the present statistical model across various countries. It also said the model gives 2 highly different sets of excess mortality estimates of when using the data from Tier 1 countries and when using unverified data from 18 Indian states. Such wide variation in estimates raises concerns about validity and accuracy of such a modelling exercise. India has asserted that if the model is accurate and reliable, it should be authenticated by running it for all Tier 1 countries, and if result of such exercise may be shared with all member states. The Health Ministry said that while India has remained open to collaborate with WHO as data sets like these will be helpful from the policy-making point of view, the country believes that in-depth clarity on methodology and clear proof of its validity are crucial for policymakers to feel confident about any use of such data. It added that it is very surprising that while the newspaper purportedly could obtain the alleged figures of excess COVID-19 mortality in respect to India, it was unable to learn the estimates for other countries.
The Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia yesterday virtually launched e-Sanjeevani teleconsultation facility at 1 lakh Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centres on the 4th anniversary of their establishment. Speaking on the occasion, Dr. Mandavia said, in the coming days, the Health and Wellness Centre will bring a big revolution in the health sector. He said more than 1,17,000 health and wellness centres have been operationalized in the country so far. The minister said now common citizens will also be able to take advice from the senior doctors of the country through an e-Sanjeevani teleconsultation facility.
टेलीकंसल्टेशन को जितना हम सक्सेस करेंगे इतना हेल्थ केयर एक्सेस होगी। दूर सुदूर गरीब या तो गांव में रहने वाले लोग उसको डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर्स तक पहुंचना, उसमें उसका समय भी जाता है, खर्च भी होता है। ऐसी स्थिति में प्रधानमंत्री जी ने हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर को स्पोक के रूप में और डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल को हब के रूप में विकसित करने के लिए जो इनिशिएटिव लिया है, मुझे लगता है कि आने वाले दिनों में एक बहुत बड़ा रिवोल्यूशन लाएंगे हेल्थ केयर सेक्टर में.
Dr. Mandavia said if the citizens of the country are healthy, then the nation will be healthy and only a healthy nation can progress.
India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed 186 crore 49 lakh mark. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry said more than 11 lakh vaccine doses were administered yesterday. The ministry said more than 2 crore 42 lakh vaccine doses have been administered to 12 to 14 years age group so far. More than 2 crore 52 lakh precaution doses have been administered to the identified categories of beneficiaries like healthcare workers, frontline workers and people over 60 years of age.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on a 3-day visit to Gujarat beginning tomorrow. Mr. Modi will visit the Command and Control Centre for Schools in Gandhinagar tomorrow. This centre collects over 500 crore data sets annually and analyzes them meaningfully using big data analytics, artificial intelligence and machine learning to enhance overall learning outcomes for students. On Tuesday, Prime Minister will dedicate to the nation and lay the foundation stone of multiple development projects at Banas Dairy, Sankul and Deodar, Banaskantha. He will also lay the foundation stone of WHO Global Centre for Traditional Medicine in Jamnagar. On Wednesday, Prime Minister will inaugurate the Global Ayush Investment and Innovation Summit at Gandhinagar. The summit will help uncover investment potential and give a fillip to innovation, research and development, startup ecosystem and the wellness industry. Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday unveiled a 108-feet statue of Lord Hanuman in Morbi, Gujarat via video conferencing on the occasion of Hanuman Jayanti yesterday. Greeting the devotees on the occasion, the Prime Minister said that the dedication of Lord Hanuman's statue is a happy occasion for the devotees all over the world. Mr. Modi said, Hanuman ji is a key thread of Ek Bharat, Shreshth Bharat.
हनुमान जी अपनी भक्ति से, अपने सेवा भाव से सबको जोड़ते हैं. हर कोई हनुमान जी से प्रेरणा पाता है. हनुमान वो शक्ति और संबल है जिन्होंने समस्त वनवासी प्रजातियों और वन बंधुओं को मान और सम्मान का अधिकार दिलाया. इसलिए एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के भी हनुमान जी एक अहम सूत्र है.
The Prime Minister said that the project of establishing 4 such statues in the 4 corners of the country is a reflection of the resolve of Ek Bharat, Shreshth Bharat.
हनुमान जी की इस तरह की 108 फीट ऊंची प्रतिमा देश के 4 अलग अलग कोने में स्थापित की जा रही है. शिमला में ऐसी ही एक भव्य प्रतिमा तो हम पिछले कई वर्षों से देख रहे हैं. दूसरी प्रतिमा मोरबी में स्थापित हुई है. 2 अन्य मूर्तियों को दक्षिण में रामेश्वरम और पश्चिम बंगाल में स्थापित करने का कार्य चल रहा है. ये सिर्फ हनुमान जी की मूर्तियों की स्थापना का ही संकल्प नहीं है, बल्कि ये एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के संकल्प का भी हिस्सा है.
Mr. Modi said Ram Katha is the best example of Sabka Saath, Sabka Prayas and Hanumanji is a key part of this. The Prime Minister elaborated Ram Katha that is organized all over the country at various localities and in several languages binds everyone. Speaking in Gujarati, the Prime Minister remembered Keshavanand Bapu and his old connect with Morbi. He recalled the role of Hanuman Dham in the wake of Machu Dam accident. He said lessons learned during the accident helped during the Kutch earthquake as well. He noted the resilience of Morbi as it is a thriving center of industries today. The Prime Minister noted that Yatra Dham has made Kathiawad a hub of tourism. He talked about the Madhavpur Mela and Ran Utsav which provide immense benefits to Morbi.
Prime Minister of Mauritius Pravind Kumar Jugnauth will be on an 8-day visit to India from today till the 24th of April. Mr. Jugnauth, who is visiting India at the invitation of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, will be accompanied by his spouse Kobita Jugnauth and a high-level delegation. The visiting dignitary will participate in the groundbreaking ceremony of the WHO Global Centre for Traditional Medicine in Jamnagar on the 19th of April and the Global Ayush Investment and Innovation Summit in Gandhinagar on the 20th of April, along with the Prime Minister of India. Apart from official engagements in Gujarat and New Delhi, the Prime Minister of Mauritius will also visit Varanasi during the visit. Union Minister for Civil Aviation Jyotiraditya Scindia flagged off the first flight from Keshore, Gujarat to Mumbai and vice versa under Udan Regional Connectivity Scheme yesterday. Alliance Air has commenced the first flight from Keshore to Mumbai and vice versa. Mr. Scindia has also inaugurated upgraded facilities at the Keshore airport. Speaking on this occasion, he said the ministry is working to improve air connectivity between Gujarat and Mumbai, the financial capital of the country. He said that Keshore Airport was set up by the then Nawab of Junagadh in 1930 and was lying unused before Prime Minister Narendra Modi decided to revive it. Mr. Scindia said Keshore will soon get connected by air to Ahmedabad. Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel and State Civil Aviation Minister Purnesh Modi were also present on this occasion. Keshore Airport has been revived by the Airports Authority of India at an investment of 25 crore rupees.
Union Minister for Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal called upon the plastic industry to emerge as a benchmark for quality and carve its way towards a larger global market share. The Union Minister was addressing the Export Excellence Awards 2017-2021 of Apex Plastics Industry Trade Body, the Plastics Export Promotion Council in Mumbai yesterday. He said the industry gives a lot of impetus for job creation, especially in the MSME sector, with the potential to provide jobs to many people from marginalized sections who have been left behind in the development cycle. Delhi Police Commissioner Rakesh Asthana has said that the situation is under control in Jahangirpuri area of Delhi after the two groups went into a scuffle during Hanuman Jayanti Shobha Yatra. In a tweet, Mr. Asthana said adequate additional force has been deployed in Jahangirpuri and other sensitive areas. He said senior officers of Delhi Police have been asked to remain in field and closely supervise the law and order situation and undertake patrolling. He said strict action will be taken against those involved in the incident. Mr. Asthana appealed to the citizens not to pay heed to rumours and fake news on social media. You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. India objects to WHO's methodology to calculate COVID-19 death toll. Government launches teleconsultation facility e-Sanjeevani at 1 lakh Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centres across the country. Prime Minister to be on a 3-day visit to Gujarat beginning tomorrow. Alliance Air starts direct flight service between Mumbai and Keshore in Gujarat under Udan Regional Connectivity Scheme. Prime Minister of Mauritius Pravin Kumar Jugnauth to arrive in India today on a 8-day visit. Easter being celebrated across the globe today. Indian swimmers Sajan Prakash wins gold and Vedant Madhavan silver medal at Danish Open swimming meet in Copenhagen. And in IPL cricket, Royal Challengers Bangalore beat Delhi Capitals by 16 runs in Mumbai. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
The 40th edition of Hunar Haat being held in Mumbai will be formally inaugurated by Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur today. Hunar Haat in Mumbai is being organized from the 16th to the 27th of April, where about 1,000 artisans and craftsmen from more than 31 states and union territories are participating. While interacting with media persons at the venue of 40th Hunar Haat, Union Minister for Minority Affairs Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said Hunar Haat is strengthening the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's call for vocal for local and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Mr. Naqvi said today every artisan and craftsman of the Hunar Haat is selling a large number of indigenous products, leading to an economic revolution into the life of artisans and craftsmen. The minister said Hunar Haat is full of inspiring stories of artisans, especially women artisans, who have not only become independent themselves but have also supported their families through their earning at Hunar Haat. He said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken various effective steps for the preservation, protection and promotion of ancestral heritage of indigenous artisans and craftsmen. All India Radio News has launched a new weekly interactive program, Abhyas, for competitive examinations. It is aimed at reaching out to students and job seekers preparing for competitive examinations. The program is in Hindi and is broadcast every Saturday between 9:30 and 10 p.m. Every week a subject is chosen. Students can ask questions through WhatsApp or email, and a guest speaker or expert responds to their queries. Questions on each subject are selected on the basis of crowdsourcing from students across the country. The program also includes segments like Explainer, Fact File, Examination Calendar and Question of the Week. The fourth episode of the program will be aired on Saturday, 23rd of April. The topic for this episode is economics. Students can send their queries on WhatsApp number 928-909-4044 or mail at abhyas.air@gmail.com. The deadline for submission of questions is 20th April. So, join us at All India Radio News for the Abhyas every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. on 100.1 FM Gold.
And now, let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember freedom fighter Valangaiman Sankaranarayana Srinivasa Shastri, who died on the 17th of April 1946. A member of the Servants of India Society, Shastri also served as a member of the Indian National Congress from 1908 to 1922.
Shastri was born on 22nd of September 1869 in Tanjavur district, Tamil Nadu. He met Gopal Krishna Gokhale for the first time in 1906 and was drawn towards Gokhale's Servants of India Society. He joined the organization, becoming its president in 1915. He joined the Indian National Congress in 1908 and became the secretary of the Madras District Congress Committee in 1911.
Shastri served as a member of the Madras Legislative Council from 1913 to 1916, the Imperial Legislative Council of India from 1916 to 1919, and the Council of State from 1920 to 1925. He opposed the Rowlatt's Act and delivered a well-appreciated speech in the Imperial Legislative Council denouncing the bill.
Shastri also functioned as India's delegate to the League of Nations and as member of the Privy Council of the United Kingdom and an agent to the Union of South Africa. In 1924, he accompanied Annie Besant on a visit to England demanding Home Rule for India.
Shastri was also a close friend and associate of Mahatma Gandhi, who addressed Shastri as his elder brother in writings.
During 1930 to 31, he participated in the roundtable conferences in London to discuss India's future and was instrumental in bringing about the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. He strongly opposed Muslim League demands for the partition of India. On Shastri's death, Gandhiji paid a tribute to Shastri in a condolence message in the Harijan, saying that
death has removed not only from us, but from the world, one of India's best sons.
We salute the great Indian. We also remember Gandhian freedom fighter and writer Nityananda Mahapatra, who died on 17th of April 2012.
Nityananda was imprisoned 3 times by the British between 1930 and 1942 for nationalist activities. Some of his early writings, such as the poem Swarajyapala and short story Mosi, were banned by the British. After independence, he joined electoral politics and was in the Odisha Assembly from 1957 to 1971. He was the Minister of State for Supply and Cultural Affairs from 1967 to 1971.
Son of celebrated Odia poet Kanto Kobi Lakshmikanta Mahapatra, Nityananda came to literary prominence as editor of Odia magazine Dagara and as a short story writer after independence. Till his death, Nityananda continued to work for the betterment of the nation. We salute the great nationalist.
We also remember revolutionary freedom fighter Anurup Sen, who died on the 17th of April 1924. A resident of Chittagong, now in Bangladesh, Anurup Sen was involved with various revolutionary parties. He was detained for participating in the non-cooperation movement. Anurup was one of the 5, along with Surya Sen, Nagin Sen, Ambika Chakraborty and Charu Bikash Datta to form the core of the initial Chittagong revolutionary group. He was arrested in the Dakshineshwar bomb conspiracy and died in internment in Varanasi on the 17th of April 1924. We salute the great son of the soil. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
In Madurai, lakhs of people witnessed the Kalaragar Procession yesterday, which is part of the Chittirai festival of the Meenakshi temple. As part of the festivities, Kalaragar, also called as Sundara Raja Perumal, left his abode at Aragar Hills in Madurai district in a golden chariot on the 14th and entered into the river Vaigai in the city, clad in green silk yesterday. Meanwhile, 2 people died of stampede during the festival and 11 others injured. The state government has announced a salarium of 10 lakh rupees each to the families of the deceased and 1 lakh rupees each to those injured.
Easter is being celebrated across the globe today. It signifies the resurrection of Jesus Christ after his crucifixion and death at Calvary on Good Friday. The resurrection was announced at the stroke of midnight at churches and special prayers were held on the occasion. Reports of Easter celebrations have been received from different parts of the country and abroad. Special mass are being held at churches to mark the day. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi have greeted people on the occasion. In a message, Mr. Kovind said, Easter inspires all people to follow the path of love, sacrifice and forgiveness. In his message, Vice President said, Easter reminds people that love is stronger than hatred and that virtue will always win over evil. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, we recall the thoughts and ideals of Jesus Christ and the emphasis on social justice as well as compassion. He wished that the spirit of joy and brotherhood be furthered in the society. Here's a report on the festivities from our Chennai correspondent.
Early this morning on Easter Sunday, people visited churches and offered special prayers. They meditated on the resurrection of Lord Jesus after 3 days of his crucifixion as the atonement for humans. They sang hymns in praise of his triumph over death after completing his human mission. Prayers were also offered for the restoration of peace in strife-torn places globally and for the well-being of all. They exchanged greetings to each other. Various churches, including the Sandom Basilica and the St. George's Cathedral in Chennai and the Shrine of Lady Velankanni in Nagapattinam, and churches across the state were decorated on this special occasion. Jai Singh, AAR News, Chennai.
Churches in different parts of Nagaland are celebrating Easter today, commemorating the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Besides the special programs on Sunday devotional services, the day is being observed by undertaking several activities such as midnight vigil as well as sunrise services in many churches. On the occasion, Governor of Assam and Nagaland, Professor Jagdish Mukhi, and Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio have extended warm Easter greetings to people of the state.
Top Indian swimmer Sajan Prakash won the men's 200m butterfly gold and Vedant Madhavan bagged silver medal in the men's 1500m freestyle event at the Danish Open swimming meet in Copenhagen, Denmark. In IPL cricket, Royal Challengers Bangalore beat Delhi Capitals by 16 runs at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai last night. In an earlier match, Lucknow Super Giants defeated Mumbai Indians by 18 runs at Brabourne Stadium, Mumbai yesterday evening. Today, Sunrisers Hyderabad will take on Punjab Kings at 3:30 p.m. at Dr. D.Y. Patil Sports Academy in Navi Mumbai, while Gujarat Titans will lock horns against Chennai Super Kings at the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium in Pune at 7:30 p.m. On the opening day of the 9th Indian Open race walking competition, Olympian Sandeep Kumar and Ravina successfully claimed the men and women's 20-kilometer titles in Ranchi, Jharkhand yesterday. The senior men and women's 35 km race will be conducted today. In the 75th Santosh Trophy football, host Kerala began its first outing with a bang, convincingly trouncing Rajasthan 5-0 at the Payanad Stadium at Manjeri in Malappuram district yesterday. Today, Odisha will take on Karnataka at the Kottapadi Football Stadium at 4 p.m., while Manipur takes on defending champion Services at the Payanad Stadium in Manjeri at 8 p.m.
And now let's have a look at the weather forecast for the day. National capital Delhi will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was around 21 degrees Celsius, while the maximum is expected to be around 41 degrees. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature was 25 degrees Celsius, but the maximum should be around 33. Chennai likely to have partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature was 29 degrees Celsius and maximum is expected to be around 33. Kolkata is likely to have a partly cloudy sky. Minimum temperature was 27 degrees Celsius and the maximum should be around 36. Srinagar and Jammu are expected to have a mainly clear sky. Leh, Gilgit and Muzaffarabad are likely to have mainly clear sky. Guwahati, Imphal, Shillong, Aizawl, Kohima, Agartala and Itanagar will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers, while Gangtok will have partly cloudy sky becoming generally cloudy later.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Buy Indian goods to ward off future unemployment, Modi is the Asian Age headline. If people use local goods for the next 25 years, then the country will not have to face issue of unemployment, says the report quoting the Prime Minister. Team bonding goes from online to off-site after 2 years of work from home. Corporate get-togethers getting popular, says the Financial Express on its front page. Farmers celebrate high prices, worry over lower yields. Input cost is Indian Express headlines with regard to cotton-growing farmers in Gondal in Gujarat. Capital to restart random testing at public places, headlines in Hindustan Times regarding COVID-19 testing in view of the rising cases in Delhi recently. Coral reef ecosystems are likely to be degraded by 2050, says Sunday Pioneer. Another story in the paper says only 9% of plastic is recycled and 79% dumped into the ocean.
And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India objects to WHO's methodology to calculate COVID-19 death toll. Government launches teleconsultation facility e-Sanjeevani at 1 lakh Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centres across the country. Prime Minister to be on a 3-day visit to Gujarat beginning tomorrow. Alliance Air starts direct flight service between Mumbai and Keshore in Gujarat under the Udan Regional Connectivity Scheme. Prime Minister of Mauritius Pravind Kumar Jugnauth to arrive in India today on an 8-day visit. Easter being celebrated across the globe today. Indian swimmers Sajan Prakash wins gold and Vedant Madhavan silver medal at Danish Open Swimming Meet in Copenhagen. And in IPL cricket, Royal Challengers Bangalore beat Delhi Capitals by 16 runs in Mumbai. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.